Hello and welcome to the Clever Fox YouTube channel. My name is Ilysse and today we are going to be using my Clever Fox Weekly Planner Pro 2nd edition to map out my month of September. While I'm really sad to say goodbye to summer, I am excited for a new month and a new season to begin and all the fun planning that I get to do. Make sure that you watch this whole video so you don't miss any of the planning tips and tricks that we are sharing today. And also make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and you have that notification bell turned on so that you don't miss any future videos. Let's get started. We are going to start by getting this planner dated because this is an undated planner, but I love these sticker sheets that you can buy in a pack for the entire year, and they just add a little bit of seasonal fun to your planner. Whatever season you're in, there's a page for each month, and I really like them. So as I get these in, I'll talk a little bit about what I am looking forward to in September. And the main thing that I'm looking forward to in September is a little bit of a more normal schedule. Summer is my favorite season and I wait all year for it. But by the time we get to August, I am exhausted. I'm traveling almost every weekend in the summer, going down to the Jersey Shore. And while I love the travel and I love the summer weather, it is so tiring to be packing, unpacking, trying to get everything at home that I need to get done. And it's just exhausting. So I am looking forward to not necessarily more relaxed in September, because I think September is going to be very busy, less so with plans and more so with to-dos, but instead it's going to be very busy with all of the things that I need to get done. And I just think that not being away every weekend will help. I actually had an opportunity to go to Houston for one weekend in September, and I turned it down because I just felt like I needed a month that I wasn't going to be away all the time. You know, it's really fun to be able to have the opportunity to travel and do things, and I don't really want to say no, but I do need to get to the point where I'm prioritizing my needs and knowing what kind of falls behind when I don't set those priorities for myself. So that is a little bit about what I'm looking forward to in September. And I know that as soon as the cold weather hits, I'm going to regret like rushing summer ending. But the weather in September here in New Jersey is still really good. It's not necessarily beach or pool weather, but hopefully there will still be several activities that I can do outdoors and enjoy it. So we're going to get our last one down. Okay, look how cute that looks already. Now we are going to add in this sticker for Labor Day here on Monday, and this is a day off. I am off work that day. And while we are going with days off stickers, I'm also going to pull this one out because I am off on Fridays. So I had chatted earlier in the year about this being a goal to maybe leave my regular full-time job by the end of this year. And that's not going to happen anymore, but I have shifted to a 4-day work week. It didn't really happen as much as I wanted it to happen in August because I had a lot of other travel in August, and sometimes I needed to make up for those days other times. But September should fully be a 4-day work week, which is also great because it's really going to give me that time to kind of get things done. So we're putting groceries on Sunday because one of the goals that my fiance and I have is to make sure that we are doing grocery shopping every week and we're not falling behind on that. Then I'm going to add in a couple of other events that we have. So we can use these little boxes, but we also have more space here. These boxes are really great for the A5 size planner, but there's not as much room in them to write, and I do have a lot more space over here that I could utilize. So I think that what we're going to do for these, because I'd like to use them since they match, is use them 4 times. And I'll show you in a moment what I mean by that. So for the first thing, I'm going to put this here, and then we're going to write in the box, and similar over here. So this way the time highlights the event, but then we can write everything else over here. And then here, this one is Well, the others are fun as well, but this one is more for me. Our engagement party. So if you missed it in the previous video, I got engaged on August 4th while on vacation with my family. And we are planning an engagement party for September 27th, just to be able to celebrate with our friends and family and just have, you know, a special celebratory day. Then I think it would be fun to add in just a couple of cute little fall elements here. Typically, this is something I would do after the fact, so I think that we're actually going to pause and shift over to other functional style stickers or things that I need to remember. So an important thing that I'm going to need to remember are birthdays. So we'll add these in here. And one of the things that I love about this Pro 2nd edition is the size of these boxes, because I can write my aunt's birthday so I don't forget to reach out to her, but also it doesn't take up too much room that I don't have anything else that I'm able to write in the box. So I think that that's really important when it comes to things in your planner. There's also actually a second birthday here. I think that this looks good. And then I have another one over here. So actually, because we already have a use for the 11th, let's move this, which was pretty easy to do, and maybe put this right over here. And then on the 11th, we'll write. Next up, I'm going to take some bill stickers. So I do use a budget planner. However, I like putting paydays and bills into my regular planner because I like being able to see it all in overview. So this is a really good month because September is a 5 payday month, sort of. I have 5 paychecks that count for September, but because I'm paid on Mondays and this Monday is a Labor Day, my payday will be the Friday before. So even though I'm being paid in August, it is for September. But I love 5 payday months because I tend to try to get all of my bills paid with those 4 paydays that I'm used to, and then use the extra payday that's going to go fully into savings. So that's one of my goals when I have a 5 payday month, and there's usually about 4 of them a year. I'm also putting a Hello Autumn sticker right here for September 22nd, and then I have a couple of more events to add in. So we're going to do, let's use these. I have some Zoom meetings and we'll get these added. Because I could fit the whole thing in the box, it just made more sense to put it in here versus the way that I listed these out. So I have here and here. Now, I also pulled out some budget stickers because I like these do stickers and I thought that they would be really bright and colorful and I wouldn't miss anything. So we're going to add in my bills here. And then these first 2 are due on the 1st. So I'm going to put them over here. They'll be paid the week before, so I don't necessarily need to have them exactly on the 1st since they'll already be paid. But it's just good to have them in so that one day I'm not looking at this and I'm like, wait, what about my mortgage and my homeowners association? And then we'll add these in too. I tend to be someone who pays bills on payday. So for example, on Monday, the 15th, I would get all of the bills for this week paid, the ones that are not on auto pay. So having them something due like on a Saturday, that'll really be paid with the payday before. And I just find that to be a really good way of keeping track of everything so that I know that on Monday, that is always my payday and bill pay day, my day of paying bills. It's a good way to put it. So that's going to be really important. And then I think that that's pretty much it. So like I said, there's not a ton of plans. I know that there always will be. More things are always going to come up, but being able to sit down and get everything into the monthly planner is a really helpful way of kind of making sure that nothing is missed. And then this way, as opportunities of plans come up, I can take a look and see what everything looks like for me and where my availability may lie. So the next thing that we're going to focus on is down towards the bottom, this month's goals and things I will do to make this month great. Now, you may have seen a recent video that we shared where I was setting goals this fall using a dotted journal 2.0, and I set goals for fall. And what I'd like to do is actually use the same color coding method that I did to set fall goals to do my monthly goals, because we're going to coordinate based on the goals that I set, because setting fall goals and then not even referencing them to set my September goals isn't a productive way to do things. So we're going to do a little bit of focus here. So first up, I'm actually just going to write health. And my goals for health are to lower my cholesterol, and in the fall is losing 15 pounds. I'm not necessarily confident that I can lose 15 pounds just in one season, but at least working towards that goal of weight loss. So we're going to add in some health related goals right here. And one of them is going to be cheese 1 time per week. I love cheese. It's part of most of my meals, but it's not good for my health, as indicated in the physical that I had in August. So we're going to do cheese 1 time per week. We're going to do healthy snacks, set workout schedule. And that's again why I'm looking forward to being home every weekend, is because right now it's really hard for me to make time to work out when I feel like the 4 days a week that I am home are filled with work and cleaning and wedding planning and all of that. Having a few extra days home is going to really help. Even just the driving. When we drive down the shore, it's about 2 hours each way. That'll save me 4 hours a week. And in those 4 hours a week, I can get a lot more done. And then we're going to do meal plan. I think a lot of the weight that I've gained is due to not meal planning and going grocery shopping regularly and just not having enough in the house to be able to eat healthy. The next thing we're going to do here is finance. I've been a little bit spendy lately. That's how one of my friends refers to it when she finds herself spending money, more money than usual. And I think that I've just gotten a little bit wrapped up in some of the wedding excitement, and I've been spending. So the focus is really save, save, save. And that's what we're gonna put here. The next thing I'm going to do is family meetings. We understand that both of our families are going to be contributing to the wedding costs, but we need to know how much they're contributing so that we can figure out how much we're contributing and be able to have a set number to be able to put towards the savings. And then the next one is going to be open joint account. So this was actually a recommendation from my mom, because she said that as we start to receive any monetary engagement gifts, we're going to want to have a joint account so that we can put the money in one place together and then be able to start to pay for some vendors and stuff like that through that account, which I think is a great idea. The next category is work. And my main goal with work is to settle down from summer and create a weekly schedule. So first up, I'm just going to write create a weekly schedule and focus on Q for goal setting. Next up, we're going to do home. And this is where I feel like I may have the most work to do. And this is going to be putting away all summer items and resetting the house. So, of course, those goals are for all of fall. This is just September. So the first thing will be putting away summer items. And by summer items, I mean our beach towels and beach bag and summer clothes and all the different things that we need every weekend when we're away. So putting away summer items. Then we're going to do a reset of 3 rooms: my office, our kitchen, and my dresser. I'm at the point where when I'm trying to put away laundry, I feel like I don't have any room in my dresser to put my laundry, and it's making me crazy. And so my clean laundry when I'm putting it away. And so I know that that means I have too many things. So we're going to do a dresser reset. The next thing is going to be personal. And my personal goals for fall are to stay on track with journaling and also to start a gift that I'm preparing for James for the wedding. And that's going to be a year-long or however long until the wedding type of gift. So I want to do journal before bed, and that'll be like an every night thing. And that next one will be start gift for James. And then the big category is wedding. So we're at the point right now where there's a lot to do for the wedding because we need to book the venue and everything else, but we're sort of stuck because we can't really do anything until we book the venue. And part of that is having that family meeting about a budget. So the wedding is going to be research venues. We would like to get married in September of 2026. Research venues, tour venues, book a venue, and then design, save the dates. We did decide, we had this conversation last night, that Wednesdays in September are going to be our meeting nights, we're calling it. We're calling it Wedding Wednesdays, where every Wednesday we sit down together and work on things for the wedding. So I think that that is really helpful because our schedules get so busy that being able to have a specific day to do this together is great. And I'm lucky to have a partner who is involved and active in it. And when I say, like, you know, I need to see your, like, have your guest list done by this day so that we can know what size venue we're looking for. There's a big difference between looking for a venue that will seat 100 people versus 300 people. So I'm just gonna put WW here, which will stand for Wedding Wednesday. I also forgot to include something pretty big in terms of my schedule in here, and we are going to use these sneaker icons because I have joined a kickball league, which is something that James is in, and it is a co-ed league, and they are short one female player, so I agreed to join the league. And the only reason I joined is because I'm off on Fridays. These games can go anywhere from starting at 6:30 to 9:30 at night. So I can't rate the times here yet because the schedule hasn't been released. But if there's a game that starts at 9:30 at night, I probably wouldn't get home until 11, and then to shower and kind of settle down and go to bed, it would be very late. But because I'll be off on Fridays, I won't feel like I need to be up, you know, a couple of hours before work, and so it'll make things a little bit easier. Things I will do to make this month great. Let's use a fun pen color here, or marker color. So, skills and habits to learn. This is truly going to be balance, life, work, fun, and wedding planning. Distractions to avoid. Overspending on wedding extras. There's so many things, especially with social media, that I know people get influenced to buy, and I want to make sure that our budget is going towards the right places and not those little extras that are unnecessary or that I don't really want. I just get excited because I see them on social media. Places to go and people to see. Here I'm going to write soccer games. My niece and nephew are both in soccer leagues, and I love once fall starts because I get to go to their soccer games. And then one thing I always wanted to do, this is something I've done before, but I like to do it every September, and I'm just going to write in here apple picking, because I don't want my entire life to become wedding planning. I want to enjoy living. I'm enjoying the wedding planning, but I want to make sure that I'm still me. I'm still doing the things that I love to do and not losing sight of those. The notes section I tend to leave blank because I use those for notes throughout the month. So that's one spot that is going to stay blank. But I think that we've got a really, really good system set up here. I have my goals. I have things I will do to make the month great. We've got bills, birthdays, wedding Wednesdays. I almost said Weight Watchers, WW. Wedding Wednesday. We have some fun events, including an engagement party. So I'm really excited, and hopefully you have a wonderful September. If you haven't yet planned out your month, pull out your planner, sit down, get things down. Even if you don't know when everything is, you could always use sticky notes. But I think that it's really helpful, and it gives you a really good peace of mind, especially if you get it done before the long weekend for Labor Day. So you can pick up this planner over at cleverfoxplanner.com. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, click that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a thumbs up while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching and for your support, and we'll see you soon.